Hi, welcome to our reflection for today. It's lovely to see you. As you can see, I'm in the building. I'm in St John's today, which we're delighted, really delighted, is open for our community. Open for our community to come and pray. And we hope and pray that soon we will be available to be open for worship too. Today, June the 24th, is the day in the year when the church remembers and celebrates John the Baptist. Now, of course, this church building and the church community that meet here is named after John. So today, in churchy terms, is known as our patronal festival day. So it feels really amazingly appropriate to record this reflection here in the church, dedicated to John the Baptist, as we enjoy being able to be present once again. And actually, especially today, with its connection to water and baptism, as I wait for our new water connection to be set up down in the car park as part of our development project. It's quite amusing, really. I think if you'd have told me 10 years ago that I'd know anything about Saints' Day for churches, or that I'd have a role in looking after such an old, beautiful building as this, I would have at least laughed at you. But here I am. Nevertheless, and never say that God doesn't have a sense of humour, because I'm walking proof that he does. But you know, it's the amazing thing about these buildings, isn't it? So often the oldest buildings in their communities, quietly being the centre of life and prayer and worship for their communities over all the changes of society over hundreds and hundreds of years. I mean, in this case here, 780 years. And of course it's changed as generation after generation has tried to make it a place of welcome and worship that has been appropriate for their times. And we are seeking to do the same, of course, here today, constantly looking to improve the building while respecting the amazing historical treasure that we've been entrusted. But through all these years and all the changes in the practices of society and its values and its technologies and its way of doing life, this place has stood very simply as a place which proclaims the outrageous claims of the Christian life, that actually, truly, God came to live among us in the form of a Middle Eastern Jew 2,000 years ago, and that this God-man lived and ministered and preached and healed and loved and died and was resurrected from the dead and is alive today. It's a claim, whatever else has changed, it's a claim that has not changed in 2,000 years. And it's a claim that is no shocking now than it was 2,000 years ago. But it is a claim that we confidently continue to hold out to the world. And alongside that claim, we hold out an invitation. And it's an invitation that was very familiar to John the Baptist, quite appropriately. The invitation is simple. New life. New life. The Christian invitation has always been very simple. We might not have done a great job of making it seem that way, but it is. The God who made us and loves us with such passion invites us to a life shared with him. And it's a new life that begins here, in baptism, in that powerful event where our old life is washed away by God's Spirit and we are reborn into a life with God. It's an event where the old person dies and a new creation is born. Which is why, for me, at least, this is the single most important part of this church building. It's the place where, for 780 years, people have been welcomed into new life in Jesus. And where I know for many, 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 many years after I am dead and gone, people will continue to be baptized. Now, for the last 3 months or so, We've baptized no one here, and that's a source of great sadness for us. And I suspect it's probably the first time in hundreds of years that that's happened. So it is really, we have a real sense of joy about the fact that soon we will be able to see God at work through the water and by his Spirit in the act of baptism. Soon we hope. So, today, what would I like to offer you? Well, on the day that we remember the original baptizer, John, whether you've been baptized or christened or not, can I just remake that invitation to you today? The invitation that comes with simply turning to the amazing new life that God has for each of us. The waters of new life in baptism, new life powered by the loving Spirit of God, await each and every one of us. Maybe you were christened as a baby, but you've never really had the opportunity to make that event and those promises your own. Maybe you've never been anywhere near a font. Maybe you feel like there should be so much to life, but don't know where to start. Either way, the invitation stands. Come and see what life the other side of baptism is like. We would love to help you discover that for yourself. So have a blessed day, whatever you're doing. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.